Alright, and hey there, Prox Gaming Crew, this is Proxify here. We're back for some more of the Final Fantasy X Let's Play if you did miss out during the last one. Well, we are continuing onwards with some more of the Bhed Fortress. We just went and picked up with another move for Kimahri, which I am very happy about with that. We now do have the Flame Breath that we just had to go and pick up with the Dual Horn, since I did go and miss out with that one said enemy back over in the Mihan High Road. I know that we went and picked up with the bomb for the self-destruct, which you can also go and find a bomb here in this area as well if you ever do need to go and pick up with that said ability. I think there is multiple different type of chances that you can go and pick up with the missing other moves for Kimahri if you ever are in need for that, because there is the Aqua Breath as well too from the Chimera. Now here in this area within the Bhed Fortress, there is going to be a set of 3 different Bhed primers. So if you're like me right now trying to collect up with the different Bhed primers, this is a very big area that you want to make sure that you do go and find these 3, because at some point later on down the road, we are going to see that this whole place is going to get completely blown up, and there is going to be no way for us to ever go and come back here to this area again. Now, that does go for another type of area at some point, which there is going to be another Bhed primer later on. I want to say that is going to be coming up. That is going to be another hard one to go and try to come back to, because you have to make sure to keep your eye out for that one before you go and start moving off into anything else. Now here, if you guys remember, we went and looked for a whole bunch of different treasure chests. Now we did get ourselves with a special sphere, which I want to say that we did one of those type of like special password type of coding things that we had to go and do with the chest. Well, now we do have Kimahri with a brand new ability, which he can now go and do stealing as well too. So stealing actually does have some really nice good functionalities here within this game, which that is going to be really nice. So if we ever want to go and get like a whole bunch of like different crafting items and anything from any other type of enemy that we do go and meet up with, we can actually be able to go and do that with actually having 2 different type of members here on our team.
If the summoners don't do their job.
Now, within these 2 videos for today, not only are we just going to be doing it out here with, with everything here at Final Fantasy X, but we are going to be moving on into some more stuff with Twilight Princess as well, too, in the process. Now, currently in Twilight Princess, we are on our way to go and search for a whole bunch of other different Sky characters right now. So hopefully we can at least try to go and pick up with most of them as well as best as we can for right now, but if we can't, then not to worry, we could go and do that in the next one and try to go and search for the last little bit from there. Now here later on, we are going to be learning about a situation that is going on with Yuna at this point in time, because we are going to be learning that basically once Yuna goes and finds this final Aeon, apparently she'll pass away or something about that's going to happen when she goes and battles with Sin, which that's going to really make Titus go and get completely angry about all of that right now. Now, within the Bhed Fortress as well, speaking about with the different chests, there is going to be one set other type of chest as well, which that is going to hold out with a lot of cash. So before you go and start reaching off to the airship, you may possibly want to go and start looking for that type of treasure chest around over here. Now, for right now, in this particular location, there's just only like different like key spheres that you can go and find. Like here for this one, you can find the level 2 key sphere. Now, the level the level 4 key sphere that we're gonna have to go and use, we'll hold that off for right now, because I still have to figure out exactly what we're gonna be needing for that. I don't know if we'll probably go and use that for Riku or something later on down the road, because I know that there's a lot of like different locking type of things that are going right now in the sphere grid on Riku's side, and I don't think we can really go and move too much around. I do want to go and try to get the mug ability though. That's something that I wouldn't mind trying to pick up with. Yeah, so unfortunately we looked everywhere, and it seems like there's no sign of Yuna at all, except that Donna's here and the rest of her groupies as well.
They died.
Oh man, well that's not good. Well, hopefully Yuna is not here in this type of area where everybody has passed away here.
Hey, what sacrifice?
Oh, is this the same kid that we met up before back in the area of one certain type of temple? The electric type of temple, which I forget what it is. I think that's the Doge temple. I think we met up with that same kid from before.
The Bhed had no right stopping their pilgrimage.
The pilgrimages have to stop.
Yeah, so here's the thing that I was telling you guys about with what Riku was saying here.
They might defeat Sin.
Yeah, she could potentially pass away, which that's not good.
know, don't you? Summoner's journey to get the final Aeon. Yuna told you, didn't she? With the final Aeon.
But we are getting, I want to say, somewhat pretty much close into the way of where we're going to be able to go and find Bahamut, which I love Bahamut. I love him in any other type of Final Fantasy game, so it should be awesome to go and see him here in this game of Final Fantasy X.
Was I the only one?
Well, I think the only reason why that I think, like, Titus was, like, the only one that didn't really know was because, like, I think, like, Yuna and him, like Yuna and her had, like, somewhat of a good type of bond relationship with each other, and I don't think she wouldn't want to, like, say anything about that to them. Or to him, specifically. Because that would really go and upset him, and I think this is exactly what's going to happen here. It's going to take off Titus right here.
Lulu! How could you? How could you? Isn't she like a sister to you? I thought you were family. Why don't you do something, Waka?
Don't you think we tried to stop her? She follows her heart.
Yeah, unfortunately, when you get that type of feeling, you know, when you have to go and follow your heart, unfortunately, bad things could go and potentially happen, and that's what we're getting right now.
But Waka, that's just totally wrong. Summoners shouldn't have to sacrifice themselves. Just so the rest of Spirit can be happy, right?
Hey, there's the friendly, well, I wouldn't really call him friendly anymore, but he was a very type of scary enemy boss that we would have fought all the way over back in Maculena. Well, at least he wasn't all that too bad. We found out a nice good little strategy to go and blast him away. Even though they did go and create a hole in the floor and just completely made us fall through that area and got ourselves all completely toxinified by the by the whole sin situation there. So those are all the other different, like, Aeons that we have seen so far throughout the game. And there's the one that went and started it all with the one Aeon. And that's with Valfor.
Let's beat Sin. I told her all the things. We could. And all along, the whole time, I didn't know anything. But Yuna, she'd just smile.
Yeah, so now we're gonna get like some backstory type of stuff all the way back since the time of us heading on into Luca. When we had that little I guess heart-to-heart moment and stuff, you know. I want to say, like, within this episode, and I think the next episode after, there's going to be a lot of, like, heavy type of dialogue throughout here.
Hey, you got pretty good.
You sound sad.
Yeah, maybe.
Want to scream?
I really don't think that's gonna help this time.
You know what? It's embarrassing to say this myself, but summoners and their guardians are kind of like Spira's ray of light. A lot of people in Spira depend on us. I learned to practice smiling when I'm feeling sad, you know. I know it's hard.
Yeah. I understand. I think.
Right. Now let's see what you can
Yeah,
do.
I remember that part. When they were having to go and try out the whistling thing, and then all of a sudden, Waka and the rest of the other group were just telling us how weird we were being. Now, speaking about with Luca and other things, I know that we still have to worry about that whole blitzball situation that's going on, but we'll worry about that later on down the road. We don't have to really go and do it right away, but at least we got the one thing that I wanted to go and make sure to at least go and pick up with, and that was going to be the attack reel. So I'm happy that we at least went and got that now. But now it's onwards back to reality.
I can't let her die. I'll find her.
Alright, so let the journey continue. Now, remember when I was telling you guys about the treasure with all the cash that we could go and find? Well, it's actually be around here in this area. You just kind of have to, like, just move over here into this type of direction, and just like that, we got ourselves with 10... Well, I think that looks like 10,000. Yeah. We got ourselves with a lot of gil right there, so very nice around with that. Or it could have said 100,000, but I don't think that is 100. I think that was just 10,000. Alright, well, anyways, let's go and head all the way up to the airship for there, and we'll see what happens. But this airship looks actually pretty cool. Kind of feels like the airship back in like Final Fantasy IX. Now, I believe once we have this said airship, we can go and travel back to other different places as well. So if you ever are in need of like having to go back and pick up with other remaining other like Al Bhed primers that you missed throughout your adventure, you can. I believe you can use that airship to go ahead and do other things with it.
I didn't know anything about what a summoner is supposed to do.
And I told her all those things without even knowing. I've got to tell her. I've got to tell her I'm sorry.
That's it? You're gonna tell her you're sorry. And then you just drag her to Zanarkand and make her fight.
But we also got the Guardians too, you know. It's not just only just Yuna. We also got us. We've been working our butts off to go and basically get ourselves all trained up as well.
Ah, words. Show me action.
I'm telling you, she won't die.
Boy, don't forget those words. 'Cause if you do, I'm gonna make you.
Oh man,
it.
That's some strong words from Sid.
I won't.
But Yuna can't really go and die because, you know, we got 10-2, but so now, you know mind you, I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys want me to go and do 10-2 within my way of this whole series of Final Fantasy X, because I'm not really too familiar with 10-2 that much. I know that I do have it for my PS2, like originally before, but this game, since this is basically the HD remaster, it actually comes within that said game as well. So now we're gonna actually see the decimation of the homeland of this area of the Al Bhed. This whole place is completely decimated as it is. Well, already been like somewhat destroyed at this point, but now they're gonna like completely like nuke the whole area that's gonna be here. There's gonna be no more of it. That is one badass airship, I have to say so myself. So this guy is basically saying that it's finally starting to move. So I guess they haven't really used this airship for a while, I guess. Yeah, we should probably get on out of there, but before those guys start showing up. Now, I just went and did a little bit of some off-record type of stuff within Monster Hunter Story 1, and you guys will be able to go and see that for the next up-and-coming Thursday, because I went and got some really cool type of armor setting for some of my different, well, for the character that I actually do have within the game. So, hopefully, crossing our fingers, from the way that has just went and happened within the current live stream that I went and did for Monster Hunter Story 1 on the 3DS. I know that we still have to go about with that annoying type of Monsty. That's like an EX version of itself, which that's happening in the Dovin volcano. But I think for now, I think within this armor, I think we should at least be somewhat set. Now I know that we've heard this type of song before, and that was all the way back in I think in the well, one of the first of many places that we just went and showed up to meet up with Waka and everybody there. And now they're kind of singing it in their own type of words in Bhed there. So yep, so now we're gonna see them start using all those missiles and finally starting to blow up their homeland. Well, if it is monster infested, you kind of want to blow everything up instead. And just like that, we're almost out. Oh my goodness, this is so scary. We don't want that fire to be hitting us. We're out of there.
Dank. Für der Code Ipwit Machina. Ecto Lippa Piam Duff. Wika.
Hey, look. Don't get so down. Boom!
That I don't think that's a good idea for you to go and literally talk about like that, Waka. Jeez. Just think about it like a festival? My god, that's kind of a little bit dark. But anyways, I think we're going to end things off here for today. See you guys in the next one. And of course, peace.